A magia da Disney volta ao Brasil com o show Disney Live, e o Em Cartaz conversou com o pessoal por trás do espetáculo. Confira!
Well, we've been rehearsing since we started rehearsing at the end of March in Florida. We rehearsed from the end of March until beginning of May, and then we had some downtime before coming and rehearsing in Brazil for our opening here in Brazil, so that was very exciting for us. So we had about 2 months of rehearsal total, every day just coming in, learning the dance numbers, learning the characteristics of the characters, getting feedback, and then maybe the next day going and changing it, and just going through that process is very exciting, building a brand new show. So it was the first opportunity for me, and I had a lot of fun. It was about 2 months. And in Brazil we had about 7 days here in Brazil of rehearsal. So they set up the stage and everything. We practiced the language coaching so that everybody can be believable and say the words correctly. And then we got on stage and started rehearsing again, and making some minor changes, adjustments, and then we were ready to open in Fortaleza. Well, our show is very unique in that we use magic to tell the stories, the classic stories that we all know. So we use magic to transform Cinderella from her rags to her ball gown. We use magic to make Jasmine appear. Genie has a special little trick for that. We use magic to help Rapunzel see the floating lights. So all of the stories and all of the aspects of the stories that everybody knows from the movies, we're bringing to life with magic.
Well, Disney's been a part of my life for a long time. I grew up very close to Disneyland, and I visited a lot as a kid. So I've seen the movies, and I've been to the parks, and growing up I also worked at Disneyland, and now I'm here traveling the world with Disney Live.
Same for myself. I've worked for Disney for a long time. It's helped a lot of my lifelong dreams come true. I've gotten to travel the world with Disney, and it's definitely more of a dream come true being able to do this with really wonderful people and to get to portray characters that I grew up with.
Playing any character in a different language is always a challenge at first because we want to learn as much as we can of the local language, Portuguese. And I've been here once before to Brazil, and I had a bit of a head start on my Portuguese, but it's always a challenge to kind of adapt the character to a new language and still convey the same emotion in the story.
Brazil is the first time we are opening a world tour, as you say, and an opening in Latin America. Brazil, why Brazil? Brazil is the country that we have the more largest tour inside one country. The past 5 years we have been playing 10 cities in Brazil with Disney Live for 3 months around, opening June, July until October. So it's the country that we have the longer tour, and we have a relationship with Opus, our local partners, of more than 25 years. And Opus was opening a new theater. They have in many cities theaters. In Fortaleza was the opening of the Rio Mar theater. So we make the conjunction there, and we open for the first time one show in Latin America, and was in the opening theater of our partners. So it was a big party there. So now everything that you can see here, the props, scenography, music, characters, all the wardrobe, everything is moved city by city in 6 containers, and all the show and the personnel are 40 people that work with the show, with cast, crew, and staff. So we have 40 people that actually travel with the show, and in every city we have our local partners and a lot of local people to make it happen. Load in, they run the shows and load out. Here we are opening in Curitiba, and today Thursday, and Sunday we're closing, and opening next Thursday in Rio de Janeiro. So every week is, and we have been playing since June 25 in Fortaleza. We play Fortaleza, Recife, Natal. Then we played 3 weeks of Sao Paulo until Sunday, and we are opening today here, and everything is set up and nice, and to have a great show in Curitiba.